it's week 9 and 2026. Two lessons. First one about procrastination, and second one about when you build software, you have to think about the real use case and then build tests for that real use case. The first one being looking like a beginner. So I watched a guy who explained about procrastination. Like people say that like I will do all these things like, but they never start. Um, and what they choose as a trade-off is that they choose to not look like a beginner and potentially like a failure in front of others. Instead, they choose this constant suffering where they don't feel fine with themselves. Like they feel like a failure themselves because they never tried. So that's a bigger failure than trying. And so what I learned from this is that like it's always, at least most of the time, nearly always, it's much more worth it to do it. Whatever you have to do, just like doing it, looking like a beginner, risking yourself of failing in it, than having to deal with yourself when you never tried. And you know that you could have done it, but you never tried. So yeah. And the steps are that like if you're considering should I do it or not, think that if you don't do it, you will guarantee that you will likely regret it and you don't feel the same when you look yourself in the mirror. But if you do it, you risk yourself looking bad in front of others and looking like a beginner, and people will think about you. But if you don't do it, people will never think about you because you never did anything. And so, last step is just choose the path to looking like a beginner and doing it, whatever you have to do. And then about the software lesson. So, yeah, I mean, I built quite a few software projects so far. And there's a constant mistake that I made in every single one of them. In the most recent one, I'm fixing it much better than in any other before this. And so what I learned is that like, okay, when you build software, it's always going to be solving some kind of problem. It's going to have some constraints that it's going to work in, and it's going to be used in that kind of environment. And so you have to test it in that, right? You can either automate it, make it super fast and easy to test in that environment, um, or you can wait till the user start telling it has this problem, it has this problem. So it's much more smarter to think what do I have to test exactly, what is the real use case, and then design automated tests um, to test if the software will work on those scenarios. And the specific lesson is always when you build software, think what is the real use case this is used in. And then think how to automate and test it properly before I give it for usage. And the steps are that, okay, like you build new software. So think like, what is it gonna be used in? What is the environment? List all those things like, okay, what are the use cases? Like, what is gonna be used? List all the things. And then think like, okay, how can I automate a test that will test all those scenarios the easiest and the fastest possible way? But in the real environment, not in the simulation, but in the real environment that matches exactly the use case.